stroke of a pen, our company lost 80% of our revenue overnight. And so we had to make some tough decisions. We had brilliant people on our team, but because we simply didn't have the work for them to do, we had to let them go, but still had small contracts here and there. And so what we did was we took a look at what everyone was doing on our team. So essentially, what was their workflow? And we said, all right, what can we automate and what can a human still do? And so after doing a deep dive, we were able to save over $200,000 in salaries simply from automating repetitive tasks. And so that extra revenue allowed us to invest in now adding an AI vertical to our business and some overseas opportunities. So my team and I were talking and we were like, oh my goodness, we need to share this, with other small businesses.
Right.
So that's how we landed into AI.
How long have you been focused on AI consulting for businesses?
Yeah, so first of all, AI is not new for me. I've been using AI in my business since 2021, but just offering it as a service, we started doing this since February of this year.
Gotcha. For small businesses that are like watching this podcast, what should they be thinking about when it comes to AI and ways to make themselves more efficient, save money, etc.?
Absolutely. So right now, Jared, there is a lot of noise in the market. AI, I feel like it's changing every 12 seconds, right? Every week you have a new Chat GPT update and there's this new tool that will make you more efficient. But just trying to keep up with the tools and changes can be stressful and overwhelming in itself. And so a lot of leaders right now are overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. In fact, Forbes just released an article, and I think 95% of companies are failing with their AI initiatives. And so the reason why we've been so successful in our business is because we did an AI audit, and that's what we offer businesses as well. And so what that audit entails is instead of just diving in and start using random tools, look at your workflows, right? So everything from acquisition, how are you acquiring new clients? Once you sign that contract, how do you onboard your clients? How do you deliver your product or service? And then how do you offboard and continue to nurture? So understanding how your business works, knowing what your people are doing, right? As leaders, we don't really even know what our team is doing behind the scenes. And so getting a grasp on efficiency, how efficient are your manual workflows? Because we don't want to automate chaos because you're just going to get more chaos. Right. And so doing a deep dive, what your team is doing, what can you automate? What does the human in the loop still need? That is the best way that companies can successfully leverage AI.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then just on an individual level, what are some of your favorite AI tools to put people onto?
Yes. I don't know. I'm scared to share this, but so obviously chat.
Gotta give them the info. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So obviously Chat GPT, obviously, but it's not necessarily the tool, it's how to use it. A lot of people don't know how to use Chat GPT. Gamma is another one. Gamma is for presentation. So before we really started leaning into AI, I would pay a graphic designer $1,500 just to do one deck. Now I go into Gamma, I tell it what I needed to do, and then within 5 minutes, I get a beautifully crafted PowerPoint presentation. So I would say those are probably my top two. Another one is an automation software that we use called Relay.app. And so we have been able to automate a lot of repetitive tasks using that software. And it already gives you pre-made templates, so it doesn't require coding. And so it's just great. Yeah. So those are my top three.
Gotcha. Yeah. And you mentioned something about ChatGPT. It's not just a tool that you put something in and it'll produce something great. You got to make sure you're prompting it correctly.
Exactly.
What advice do you have for people when it comes to the approach to prompting within ChatGPT and how to get the most effective outputs from it?
Yeah, you want to be as specific as you can. So say, for example, you want to write a draft email. Instead of saying, hey, chat, or mine is called Chatquana, but whatever name you have, instead of saying, hey, write an email for me, tell it what you want it to do. Who is your audience? Who are you writing this email for? What message do you want to convey? What do you want the tone to be? Should it be friendly, persuasive? And what do you want the outcome of that email to be? So just be detail specific, because garbage in is garbage out.
Gotcha. And for folks that are like afraid that AI is going to take jobs, et cetera, do you agree with that statement, or what's your approach, or how do you really tell people, like, in this AI age, here's how you stay, I guess, valuable and not disposable.
Great question. And so, I mean, let's be honest because it's in the media. Salesforce just laid off 4,000 people and they're saying it's because of AI. But what I tell people is that AI is a companion. For the people who are afraid of it, who don't want to adopt it, there could be a threat. Absolutely. Let's be real. But the ones who embrace it, the ones who learn it, the one who use it to augment their roles. So, for example, if you could free up, let's say 50% of your time is in email management, sending meeting invites. Imagine having a platform that can do that on your behalf. Now you have 50% extra time where you can focus on the strategy of the business. How can you be more innovative? Business development. And so for the ones who understand the power behind it, the ones who embrace it, they are the ones who are going to excel. And AI won't replace humans, but companies using AI may replace those businesses who are not using it.
Gotcha. And then when it comes to like AI training or learning AI, what are some places that you like to, one, get fresh on like new tools or new prompts or whatever the case is, and like any recommendation for people listening?
Absolutely. So, and I just want to backtrack regarding what we did in our company. Someone gave me the heads up that AI was going to be huge in 2025. So the beginning of last year, my team and I, we did enroll in a course at MIT. It's AI strategy and leadership. And so if it's in the budget, there are a lot of universities who are offering certifications. Just be aware that, again, the technology is changing so rapidly. By the time you get your certificate, it might be obsolete. But if it's in the budget, enroll in a university program. Go online. I think Google, OpenAI just released some complimentary courses. And YouTube University is a great place, to start to learn how to leverage AI.
Gotcha. And so for folks that don't know what AI agents are, how would you describe it and how is that involved in your strategy?
Yeah, so AI agents think of it like a data entry type roles. So someone or something that does email management. So I use AI agents. And so just imagine having someone being able to draft emails for you. If you're really aggressive, they can send emails on your behalf. We even have a workflow where it can send meeting invites. So let's say I email you, hey, Jared, you want to meet Friday at 1 p.m. for lunch. It can actually go and scan your calendar to see if there are any conflicts and then send a meeting invite on your behalf without you even have to do anything. So those are AI agents. Those are a platform or AI GPT that can do work on your behalf that is autonomous. Employee augmentation, it's where you can develop like a GPT or have a workflow. It can do most of the work, but it still requires a human to approve it because some people still aren't comfortable with AI functioning autonomously. So those are the different types of agents that are out there.
And as you mentioned, AI changes so rapidly, and it's hard to predict where it's going to go necessarily. But like, what are some things you're excited about in the next couple of years when it comes to AI?
Oh my goodness! So I just kind of went over the different types of AIs, right? But there's the autonomous AI. So I won't name the company, but there are already companies out there that have developed this. For example, you can have AI where it can scan a situation and make an informed decision based on that data and then execute without a human even being involved. So that exists right now, like kind of like Skynet and the Terminator. Yeah. So it's already there. It's not accessible to the public, but it's there. In the future, I think what will be accessible for us are like the humanoids, so we've already seen the little robots that can do tasks around the house. I see that probably within the next 2 to 3 years.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. It's like the Jetsons.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the businesses that you've worked with, what is one of your favorite like case studies of like, we worked with them, they were doing this, and then after we implemented not even only just AI strategy, but more so understanding their workflow and how there could be efficiencies, and then use AI to attack those areas. and then like what the results look like. What's one of your
Yeah.
favorites?
Yeah. So it's funny you're asking me that. So this happened this week. We were doing a deep dive with a client, and the leader didn't even know what the team was doing. Perfect example. One of the team members would use a spreadsheet to do sales calls. So they would manually type in the information into a spreadsheet, then take the spreadsheet, then manually enter it into the CRM. And so when we went over the workflow with that leader, the leader didn't even know that the employee was wasting so much time just using spreadsheets. So we were able to design a system where when the client is on the phone, the information can automatically be uploaded into the CRM. This is saving them an extra 10 hours a month just from one workflow. And so now they can leverage their employee doing other tasks, revenue producing tasks.
Awesome. So if a business wanted to get in contact with you, how would they do so?
Sure. So I'm very active on LinkedIn. Just look me up. It's KYMALI, Kim Ali.
Oh, very simple. All right.
Very easy.
Easy to get to. And then the last thing that I always offer up is like, there's probably a question you're like, I hope he asked me this so I can drop this information on the people. So if there was a question that you would want to be asked, what would that be? And then what was the answer that you'd like to give to the people?
Yeah, if someone can ask me a question about AI and how to embrace it, I'll just say this. All of us have been using AI probably for the last 20 years. We just don't realize it. And the reason why I say that is because if you've ever applied for a mortgage online, if you've ever used a credit card, you know you have to give your social security number, your address, your work history, and then you get approved on the spot. That is AI. It's already here, right? And so if you would trust your social security number with a system, why not trust it with your business strategy? Something that's going to propel you even further. And so just think about that. It's here. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It's going to continue to evolve. And so what would you need to feel comfortable using it on a daily basis? That's what I would want people to really think about.
Awesome. Well, if you are a business owner, you should absolutely go to kimali.com,
Yes.
get a consultation, and just make sure you're not missing out on some huge cost savings. The ROI with the AI is tremendous. So any last thoughts you want to share before we wrap up?
It is. No, everyone, just keep an open mind when it comes to technology. Again, it is here, and how are you going to take advantage of it to stay competitive? Because trust me, your competitors are.
Absolutely. So I just want to thank everybody who tuned in today. Make sure you share this podcast with friends and family, business owners, entrepreneurs, business partners. AI is not going anywhere. And if you are not using AI, your competitors are. And you're just missing out on tons of revenue opportunities or cost savings. So definitely tap in with her and also tap in with this podcast, Big Tech Energy. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. And then also shout out to Disrupt Now and MidwestCon, where we're currently at in Cincinnati. Amazing conference. If you're not here this year, you should definitely be here next year. Some amazing speakers like him, myself, and others. So definitely pull up next year. And if you are a subject matter expert looking to increase revenue streams by having a bigger brand on social media, by being on more conference stages, podcasts, virtual events, I would love for you to check out my service, bigstage.energy. We basically show you how to take your brand, amplify it, and also find those partners and ideal customer profiles to drive revenue at different events. And we're also a network concierge that actually connects you to people that can turn into revenue or just overall life enhancement. So with that being said, tap in with me on Instagram, Dr. J, DOCTAJ, shoot me a DM, and we can talk more about that. But otherwise, this is Big Tech Energy, collaborating with Disrupt Now. Stay disruptive, and we'll see you soon.